See? That's why they let me do this here.
Hurricane. Makers Classic.
Jesus.
What's up, Artie?
Not too much. Happy to be back.
Yeah,
It's
we
an
had
exciting
about
week ahead of us.
9 or 10 days off of Starcraft 2. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
We kind of crunched all of Classic support here.
Go Classic, Mom Australia.
Oh.
Yes, Husky, bring back Bronze League heroes. Well, the only thing you'd bring back for that is a video telling us with his all too handsome friends why he does not do that anymore. That's the best you can hope for. Sorry.
Now, yeah, we had this crunched 2 weeks of all the round of 32, so we had this little week off. But yeah, it's really good to be back here. And already we're having proxies go down here.
Oh yeah.
So we have Hurricane here in the middle of the map. Classics is in the bottom left. Now, is it going to be Stargates on both sides? Classic has already scouted the main here Hurricane's already scouted the main of Classic, so he knows that
they both
something's
look like
missing.
Stargates. They really do. Just got to wait for that cybernetics core to finish.
Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. The cores are done.
Hurricane,
Woo!
Stargate, Classic, Stargate.
Yes.
So both be Oracles. Stalker's being made by Hurricane, but 2 Adepts, Classic. Look at the differences. It's crazy. How many probes do we have on the map right now? Is it 3?
Quite a bit. They're both trying to spot each other's tech. Although I think,
I like that
Stargate
he's on the same high ground, but he's hiding there for different purposes.
Yeah.
My God. You know what PvP is right now? You ever play one of those, like an old Final Fantasy or something, where there's like, one of the characters is a thief. And
Okay.
you get him in the town of thieves, as if thieves could all live together in a town and make that function.
Yeah.
That is what PvP is right now. It's the town of thieves, where you're like, okay, the economy here can't work. This is, no.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
no.
I like that idea. You get him in the town of thieves. That's so true. It's like is this just the highest crime rate in all of the game?
Or they just don't steal because they're all thieves and there's like honor amongst them.
Yeah.
Like, well, those are some pretty weak-ass thieves, because that's where I would do my thieving, because they don't expect it. God. Anyways, that's my take on PvP. There you go.
I like that, Artosis.
Good.
So
I strive for your approval.
First Oracle is going to come in. There is 1 battery as well as 2 Stalkers. 1 Oracle alone is not going to do enough damage quickly enough for the battery to be unable to save the workers in time.
So the Nexus goes down, rightfully so. Classic into Phoenix. So I believe he has 2 Oracles and now is making a Phoenix. Hurricane is going into his 2 Oracles. Right? Yeah, he hasn't been chronoing as much.
So 2 is the number that can counteract the shield battery. Here we go.
So I'm going to micro it right, and he's so far doing a really great job. Oh yeah, that's...
What? Well,
seemed
good,
like a great
good thing
idea
you
to
said
me.
as long as he micros it right, because that was really exemplified right there when he started attacking the Stalker.
That's 2 or 3 probes less than he could have got.
Yeah. Very big deal when you're both 1-basing.
Okay, let's see how many Hurricane
Let's
can get.
see how many I can get. Oh, not as many as you.
I like how his Stalkers came in and then left.
Look at this.
And then they came back. And
you know
then
what? We're
again.
done here. We're out of shields. We should probably leave.
Yeah. So only 5. Retreat.
What a game.
God.
You know when that happens
PvP
in a game
is
like
so
that,
funny.
where you're like, well, that's not supposed to be how this game looks,
No.
but it is what's happening right now.
Yeah. These guys are great players. 2 probe advantage here for Hurricane. Zep's like, no, put him back down.
Does Classic just have enough to take a fight here? I think he really does.
Well, he can easily kill the Nexus.
Yeah, which might be all you really need to do here. Now, there is a Blink. I assume it's going to be Blink coming here. in tech from Hurricane, but yeah, it seems like Classic just wins this fight straight up.
Yeah.
The Adept even shades in here to confirm what the tech is, sees that.
Wow.
Now maybe it's
Very
going to be
good.
DTs or something else like that, but I think it's probably just going to be Blink.
You have to do something pretty risky at this point. Hurricane does have a little proxy pylon here. Looks like it gets scouted, unfortunately. You can just block that wall. Yeah, it's not interesting. You even use the 2 Orphans there. Very risky maneuver here from Hurricane, but I think that's what's called for.
I think
You gotta spend money to make money, Tasteless.
Classic.
Roulette wheel won't spin itself.
Classic is pretty much suffocated out, I think, any opportunities for a comeback here, especially with this pylon block. There's just not a lot you're going to be able to do. I mean, the other Nexus is going to get up here. Now he's going to take out the Stargate. 1 Oracle over here, but the battery can basically keep these probes sustainable as the Phoenix chases that Oracle out.
Yeah.
And he just wasted die.
Classic really just unloaded the lead pebbles into this Hurricane, Tasteless. Isn't that how you're supposed to be able to stop Hurricane? Like you drop a bunch of like lead pebbles or something into it? There's like supposed to be a way that you can...
I thought they could stop Hurricanes by doing something like some kind of contraption. They put these giant like inner tube looking things in the ocean. I thought.
Really? Giant inner tubes in the ocean?
I read this in, what was it, Freakonomics or something like that they mentioned? I forget, something like that. I don't think it's your thing. You're like, just like...
You read that in like, Are You Afraid of the Dark or
Artosis, guys,
something?
Artosis thinks you can drop fruity pebbles into a hurricane and stop it, okay?
Inner tubes in the ocean. Tasteless. You're going to have those inner tubes in the ocean. You're going to be like, why did it stop the hurricane? Then you go out to check. Whales are just using them. The ocean is no one's property, Tasteless. The whales can use those inner tubes if they want. They liked it when the hurricane blew by because it made big waves for them to be in. They're not going to drown.
One thing for, all right, tap out. I had a pun for Hurricane. That's one way to take out the Hurricane is to just do what you did in this game. Classic wins that game masterfully. You know, it's funny because PvP starts out so close and you're both proxying, and there's so many moving parts in a situation like that, especially for both one basing. And so what he does is he handled every part of that perfectly. Got in, did the damage, took out enough workers, took out the expansion, took out the proxy, closed in, finished him off. Beautifully done.
Yeah.
There was no reason for Hurricane to even try to play that game out.
No, he knew too once he scouted. You know, you stay in for as long as you think you have any sort of chance. He knew that it was 0.
Yeah, we didn't see any outs there.
Yeah.
Got to call that one. So now we're going to go on into game number 2. It's going to be on the map New Repugnancy.
Okay, we need Hurricane to beat him here so we can see Thunderbird in action.
Let's do this, Hurricane. Show us Thunderbird and then get knocked into the loser's match. Whatever it takes.
Or win. I don't even care. I just want to see Thunderbird.
It's fine. Lose is fine, too. We're going to go to game number 2 now on New Repugnancy.
게임이 시작됩니다.
Let's go. Whoa.
Hurricane. Makers. Classic.
You know, the more I think about your idea to put big inner tubes in the ocean to stop hurricanes, the funnier it gets. It's like, Tasteless, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm not even joking. I was actually making this stupid thought. I thought to myself, as I was, of course, wiping up spilt water in my house, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how many towels would it take to wipe up the ocean?
You want an even more interesting question? How many ShamWows would you have to drop in the ocean to just completely take out all the water?
Yeah.
Have you seen those infomercials for the ShamWow?
No, it's great. It might even be, you know, more towel than a towel.
I think it might be like at least 7 ShamWows in the ocean is gone, Artosis.
How many towels would you just have to fill up the ocean with towels? Would they all sink? They do sink, right? They get too heavy when they get water in them.
That's a good point.
Are wet
How many
towels heavier than water? That's a good question.
I think the answer is yes.
I think it is. And then when they go to the bottom, do the fish like swim above them, or do they get covered with towels?
If you could drop enough
towel fish.
If we had some way to drop enough towels into the entire ocean, imagine all the sea life just getting crushed under the towels.
Either that or they all swim up, and then we get all these cool fish from the bottom of the ocean up at the top so we can see them finally.
Yeah, that's a good point. That or we have all of the ocean die all at once like it's some kind of contrived scene from Indiana Jones.
Or it could be like the reverse of Tremors. You know, Tremors where you see the ground move, and but it would be towels moving because sharks are under them.
You remember it was like a couple years ago you called me and you were like, you had done a whole bunch of important stuff that day. You're like, hey man, I should call you. We had to go to some work stuff, but what are you doing right now? And I'm like, I'm laying in my bed naked watching Tremors.
I do remember that, yeah.
I was too. I was like, no, I decided to lay in my bed, do nothing, watch the movie Tremors. That's what my day was.
He's a magnificent being, this tasteless. Really
Yeah,
glad that he's alive.
It was like 4 p.m. I hadn't even left my house.
God.
Okay, so we got a hidden robo here in the middle of the map.
Yeah, going up against Stargate.
And it's going to be classic with a hidden robo, so a little bit of a different approach here. He's going to get spotted. Ooh. Wow, good job keeping these stalkers away from that pylon.
You're threatening the adepts.
Mm-hmm.
Scary stuff. This probe going to see if there's any expansion.
Okay, and there is not.
Yeah, a solid scout overall for a probe.
Yeah. And so you know that something's coming, you just don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have that first Immortal out, and the War Prism will be the follow-up. Now, I think Hurricane's basically sniffed out danger and is probably not going to expand immediately. You see the probe even going back up the ramp.
Yeah.
Can these adepts? Cannot.
Yeah, he's making his own rowboat, which is pretty good.
Yeah, and this is pointing towards a manageable game here from Hurricane.
Possibly, but this first push is going to be really scary.
Well, thing is as well is that so much of PvP comes down not just to like deception but control and how a lot of these engagements go down, and like even if they can defend one location, you know, maybe something comes in, a drop comes in the main and kills stuff there. So we really can't unpack this game too much until the actual engagements start. Yeah. Oh, and he is expanding.
Okay, so that's obviously not going to make it. There's a shield battery over in Classic's main. It does look pretty good for Classic, but if you can hold on here, you do have a couple tech trees, so that can be useful. Something like a Void Ray could be very useful against this as well. Yeah, he's not wasting any time on that Nexus. He knows that's free.
Okay, now it's not just a Nexus that, you know, it's going to get eliminated. Well, it was eliminated, excuse me. It's going to be the gateway on the edge here. And again, on one base versus one base, this is not minor action. I mean, he's really beginning to let this damage actually mount. That has to be remade. Good catch there. And now he can actually walk up into the main. Oh, but Oracle's up here taking out some workers.
Oh, man, unpowering this as well. Some shield batteries going down, but that should not be enough. There's no way to stop this.
Yeah, this is it. Classic just wins this game.
Yeah. Immortal pops out. Hey, guys, I'm here. Yeah, not enough, though.
What did I miss out on? Oh, no, though. All right.
Yeah.
Well, this was a short series, guys, but I guess it's kind of what we expected. You know, these Oracles are out of batteries right now. GG.